A lot of scared teachers over the past 2 weeks, and it shouldn't be this way. Let's talk about it on this episode of the Special Education Inner Circle podcast. I'm your host, Catherine Witcher, and I got in about 11 o'clock last night after being on the road for a few weeks, hosting our first Master IP Coach mentorship weekends of 2023. And it was an amazing time. Went to Phoenix, went to New Orleans, and really was digging in at a deep level with parents, teachers, admins, and therapists who joined us for a business mentorship weekend, meaning that they want to step out and help others through the IEP process. And so they're working real hard on, digging deep into their special education knowledge, learning how to run their own private practice to help others through the IEP process. And I had a lot of conversations that were really meaningful and really kind of intimate conversations about the feelings about special education. And the conversations that happened with parents were very much the same that I've been hearing for decades, right? So it's parents who have been through the IEP process and they want to help other parents through the IEP process as Master IEP coaches, so other parents don't have to feel the same way that they have felt. Got it, right? Like that makes sense. And when I'm talking with teachers, this is weighing really heavy on me today because I'm thinking back to the conversations that I've had over these last 2 weeks, and it's bringing back all the feelings that I had when I was in the classroom as a teacher. And I'm disappointed that it still feels this way inside of the school system. And that feeling is fear. That feeling is fear that as a teacher, you have to worry about, can you keep your job and help parents through the IEP process? Now, I understand that there's been a lot of conflict inside of special education. I get that there are situations where maybe traditional advocates have come in and helped parents and kind of threw the school under the bus. And you know what? Maybe there were extremely valid reasons that things kind of got ugly. And then I also know of many, many situations, right, where maybe it could have been handled a different way, right? But kind of this thought about, helping a parent through the IEP process means that we're helping a parent fight the school. And that doesn't go necessarily like side by side all the time. That's not how it works. When you're helping a parent understand the IEP process, you're helping the parent build a better future for their child. You're helping them design an IEP that prepares the child for further education, employment, and independent living. You're helping a teacher do their job, that they wanted to do, that they went to school to do, but sometimes the school gets in the way. So a Master IEP coach is really this collaborative approach, right? So it's a teacher who's like, yeah, I want to be a Master IEP coach because I want to teach parents how to build this document. And I know how to build it because I'm a teacher and I want to help more parents understand how to build this document and make it meaningful. And the fact that teachers are coming to me during these weekends and they're like, hey, can I talk to you? Like, I don't want anybody else to hear this, but I'm really scared. Am I going to be able to keep my job and do this? And, it's important for us to really sit on that for a minute and say, okay, really? Like that's where we're at? We're at where teachers are still scared to help parents, scared to help them understand the IEP process because they might lose their job. Now, in this same room, there were experienced Master IEP coaches who have been doing this for a while. So they came to the business mentorship weekend because they're ready to work with more clients. They're ready to expand their services and to really just go at a different level, right? As a Master IEP coach. So I encouraged our newer teachers that are, they're typically veteran teachers, but newer to the Master IEP program. I said, go talk to this teacher, this teacher, this teacher, these other teachers that were in the room and ask them how they keep their job and they're a Master IEP coach. And it was really exciting to kind of see the room lighten up, to see some of that fear go away. As the teachers who have been in the Master IEP Coach community for a while are like, I wear my Master IEP Coach t-shirt to school. My principal knows I'm, a Master IEP Coach. My special education director knows I'm a Master IEP Coach. The parents know I'm a Master IEP Coach. And they know that I have gone and taken this program and I'm here to build bridges between home and school and really design IEPs that work in the real world. Like it is something that they wear proudly and say, yes, I took this course and I'm in this mentorship and I'm in this community because I want change in special education. I want to do it collaboratively. But the initial instinct, right, as a teacher, a lot of times is like, I'm scared. Can I keep my job? Can I really help parents? And I always say, now here's the deal. Now you're not going to become a Master IEP Coach and help the parents in your current school district because there could be a conflict of interest in there. I totally get that. Okay. But being the person who's out in the community, educating parents on how to work collaboratively with schools, that should be honored by a school district of like, yes, we need educated individuals who have been in the classroom. We need to take our teachers and help them educate the community on what is possible within the school system collaboratively without coming at it from this angle of like, this is the law, follow the law, and there's just no grace within the conversation at all. So I want to encourage you that if you are a teacher who is in an environment where you're like, could I actually help parents through the process and not get fired? I want you to think about, is this the right environment for you? Meaning that I'm not telling you that you have to leave the classroom right now. Okay. And I'm never going to do that. I'm never going to say that a teacher who is, her heart is in the classroom, that she should leave the classroom. But we all know that there are, districts that are good fit for some people and not a good fit for other people. And I'm just going to call that out. Okay. That you need to think about it, because some of the situations that I was hearing this past weekend, they are so toxic that it is overwhelming for the person who took her time and she comes for the weekend and she's sitting around Master IEP coaches, and then she lists out all the things that are happening within her district and how she's scared to do this. She's scared to share that she's taking continuing education to improve the IEP process because she's pretty sure that she would get fired if people knew. Like, that's not right. And that's not the typical kind of situation to be that scared. So if you're in that situation, just know that number one, you're not alone. There's other teachers that are experiencing that. But number two, there's also other places that are absolutely respectful of your desire to help parents through the IEP process. So it is possible to go beyond the classroom. And you can stay in your job in the classroom. Of course, like I said, we have many, many, many Master IEP coaches who are current teachers, and they are Master IEP coaches, and they are respected at their school as for what they're doing inside of the classroom and for what they're doing outside of the classroom. It shouldn't be an either or situation. And for the parents who are listening right here, let me give you some strategies that you can do to help the teacher who wants to help you. You ready? It's actually one simple strategy. Ask more questions. Because a lot of times it's hard to come forward with information unless you're asked the right questions. And I'm speaking from experience of how it felt to work in a district that was not respectful, that we wanted to work together as, teachers and parents to build IEPs. I've been in that situation. I get it. But when the parents ask the right questions, when they're asking things like, how are services being delivered? How are the progress notes being taken? What does the plan really look like on a day-to-day basis for my child? Like, what's their schedule look like? How about those supports that are, listed in the IEP, the visual schedules? Like, how are those working? Who's creating them? How are they being implemented? These are all the questions that, as a parent, that if you start to dig into your child's education, and you work with the teacher and you let her know, like, I'm not asking these things because I want to accuse you of not doing your job. I know that you're a teacher because you want to be here for my child. And I want to help you have all the resources that you need to make that happen. So it becomes more of a partnership together. Now, if you're a teacher who's kind of stuck in that situation, number one, I would love for you to come, just send a DM or an email to me and let's talk about, is the Master IEP Coach community possibly the right place for you? This mentorship of getting around other teachers and parents who are working together to change special education. So perhaps that's the right fit. You can also go download a list of questions. So parents and teachers, you can go get your list of questions at iepchecklist.com. Okay, you go to iepchecklist.com, go download that list of questions, and it will start a conversation beyond what you're already talking about. It'll help you kind of stir up some things in a good way so we can start having real conversations and some of this fear of, is this a conversation that we can have? Is this a situation that we can navigate? The fear should not be such a heavy factor when it comes to parents and teachers working together to improve the outcomes in special education. So again, I just want to, again, I'm thinking back to the teachers and the parents, and I'm reflecting this morning over all the people that I've met over the last couple of weeks. And a teacher should not have to ask, can I help parents build better IEPs that work for their child and get creative with the resources? Can I help them and can I keep my job? That's not how it should be. So come on, parents and teachers, go grab that list at iepchecklist.com and let's start having those tough conversations and working together to move forward, because 20 years from now, we can't afford to be in the same spot of teachers being afraid to work with families to build better special education outcomes. So we're doing that inside of the Master IEP Coach community. I hope you consider coming to join us. But your first step, super easy. Just go grab that checklist over at iepchecklist.com and start those conversations so we can start to eliminate the fear and support each other through building better IEPs. I'll talk to you guys.